William Saliba, injury UCL boost in here onto the Rokani Media Football as we discuss the injuries at the club of Arsenal. Before we obviously get in an update from the manager of Arsenal, Mikel, that is tomorrow, as they prepare to play away at Bayer Leverkusen. Welcome to this channel. Smash like button, comment and share. If you're totally watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as don't miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Rokani David is my name, and we're here for the second video of the day. As I told you that we're up for a marathon and very many more videos obviously going to be dropping in here for you, and I know you're obviously going to be enjoying them to the fullest, and this is what we do here onto this beautiful channel. So do the needful and subscribe. How do you subscribe? Lower right bottom corner is the place to be. Smash the black button that has the word subscribe. After smashing the notification bell, that will enable you get notified every time we upload a video onto this beautiful channel of ours. And we do have a sponsor in here, and I think you guys will really need to know who is our sponsor, and then after we'll obviously gel on, right? We'll obviously get on in there for you. So our sponsor is St. Maria Great SS Katende, you know, and St. Maria Great SS Katende is a school, and it's based on what we call Christian Foundation. You can call them on those numbers for admissions of O-level or and A-level students in there. So the number is there, email is there, the website is there. So please go ahead and obviously do the needful, and obviously you'll thank me later in here onto a beautiful channel in here. So guys, let's obviously get into this story, you know, for William Saliba. Very important because he last kicked a ball when Arsenal is playing a team known as Chelsea. And Arteta told us that he soldiered through the game and the pain, and his ankle had been twisted a little bit. Now, after his ankle had been twisted a little bit, he has gone ahead to miss out on a couple of games, because after playing against Chelsea and Arsenal emerged winners, Arsenal went ahead to obviously go away and play at a team known as Brighton. Also, after beating Chelsea, Arsenal went ahead to play out Brighton and Mansfield, meaning that he has gone ahead to miss out on 2 games for the club of Arsenal, and those are consecutive games, and he hasn't obviously gone ahead to feature into this particular encounter. So the Standard Sport has gone ahead to obviously drop what we call a hugely waited for update by you guys. And before Arteta drives us into what he thinks about the players available for the game of Bayer Leverkusen, especially coming in from the injuries, the Standard Sport has come out and told us that William Saliba is likely to be fit and ready for Wednesday's Champions League first leg against Bayer Leverkusen. Arteta's defensive rock twisted his ankle versus Chelsea, but looks set to return after missing Brighton and Mansfield. With Rice, Gabriel Magalhaes, Raya and Zubimendi all expected to be back. Now, Saliba is the hugest point of discussion in here, because Rice, Gabriel Magalhaes, Raya and Zubimendi, they are rested because they've been having a lot of workload onto them, and having gone ahead to play, I think on Wednesday, Arsenal had to rest for these players have to rest for a week to see to it that the manager manages their load of work. Now for Saliba, I think they need him, and I've gone ahead to see people coming out and say Gabriel Magalhaes is better than William Saliba. You guys, Saliba is the best defender at Arsenal, especially in the central defense. Why? Before he came in through the club of Arsenal, was Magalhaes looking like how he's looking? No way. And what shows you that the player is that good? If a player makes other players look good, then he is the better player. So what makes a player good is making others look good. And that's what Saliba went ahead to obviously come in through and really do in that central defense of Arsenal. They used to play Ben White and Gabriel Magalhaes in that central defense, but when Saliba arrived in the summer of 2022, a lot went ahead to happen, and it was in his favor. And guess who went ahead to benefit? It was the club of Arsenal. And Gabriel Magalhaes' potential to obviously be seen and known, it needed a Saliba to be around. That is it. They needed a Saliba to obviously maximize the potential of Gabriel Magalhaes. For Gabriel Magalhaes to hit the height of his potential in this game and to see who the player is going to hit to turn into, they needed a lot of him. So they needed Saliba alongside him, and that's what Saliba is going to hit to do. And Saliba is really doing a very good job at the club of Arsenal in there for you. So William Saliba has done a great job, and I think you need those two available, especially when you're going to be playing against one, Bayer Leverkusen, Everton, and then Man City. You need these players available, as when you have them, you are guaranteed of what we call the rock solid defense that doesn't really concede very many goals. That's what the lad really gives you, and we're talking about a player called Saliba. So Gabriel Magalhaes is a variable, and if at all Saliba really comes in through again to obviously partner with the lad, then it will be very, very, very important. Though I would like to let you know that Arsenal can win this game of football without Saliba. You get? They can partner Mosquera and Gabriel Magalhaes to obviously do the needful, because Mosquera, ever since returned from injury, he has been very, very, very present. You know, this team known as Bayer Leverkusen that Arsenal is going to be facing really has some good players that you have to look at. You know, Grimaldo in there, Tapsoba, Quanch formerly at Liverpool, you know, A. Garcia, there is Terriera, there is Kofane. So they really have some good players, you know. Tillman, I think he was in the Premier League. So they really have good players, but I don't think that these players really match the levels of Arsenal. But the lad, known as Saliba, is hugely needed in this game of football to obviously coming through and put in a very huge shift. And I told you that Arsenal got really a very good draw, because even if they field Gabriel Magalhaes and Mosquera, they can obviously get the win. And Arteta is so much fond of throwing in a player immediately he returns from injury, if at all he's past fit. And I know that this means a lot, and it will speak volumes into their side. So wait and see how things pan out for William Saliba, but his injury boost has been hinted on by the Standard. So tomorrow, we wait to see whether Arteta really gives us a confirmation that this guy will obviously do the needful. But before Arteta really comes in through to do the press conference, and I think we'll do it down in Germany, we would have already gone ahead to see which players have gone ahead to train with the club of Arsenal. That is it. So if if he trains with the club of Arsenal, that means Standard will be spot on, and we would credit their source of news and details. Now, in the game of Mansfield, Arsenal suffered a double injury blow, and I know all of you wanted to hear about this. So we've been told by Mikel Arteta on Trossard and Calafiori having to come on off versus Mansfield, said both of them, they had little egos, they weren't comfortable to continue. We knew that this could be a possibility, especially in the conditions that we were playing. So we had to take them off. So he's talking about little egos, but it has been said on very many players of Arsenal, especially Ricardo Calafiori, you know, when he went off, when Arsenal was playing against Leeds, you know, it was like he's obviously not going to spend a lot of time out, and you saw when he returned. So I don't really want you guys to buy this narrative of Nigos. Let these players first get what we call approval from the physios that they are good to go, and then we'll obviously do the needful. But Ricardo Calafiori and Trossard in there are really suspicious. But if you have them, you know exactly what it means. If you have them, if you don't have them, then you know what to do. For Calafiori, you're having Hincapie and Lewis Kelly. You're having those two. You can pick one of those. And for Trossard, but Gabriel Martinelli, Ebelechi Eze, Gabriel Jesus in there, you can choose on who you play as a left forward. So guys, your thoughts on William Saliba injury, USL boost, are welcome in the comment section below. What do you make about it? Are you happy for him to get back, or you would obviously let him really rest, because the wife is like, the guy needs to be getting in a lot of rest in there for you. So what about Trossard and Ricardo Calafiori? and many more. Many more stories are really dropping, but I think the next time I'm going to be dropping a live stream about the FA Cup draws that will be shown to us, or that will be really taken after the game of football that's going to be played tonight. I'm out. Bye-bye.